carry more leeway to be able to freely farm. That might be the approach they want to take. I've seen some kill lanes come out with things like Monkey King. I know like Monkushi was someone who really showed that off, that matchup. Beast first. Just, yeah, against Beast.
Yeah. You go way back, also a lot of teams playing PA, but I think that's a very hard hero just to bust out. That was a very SCA specific thing.
Yeah, that's always my favorite. You either go the PA and you can either like go super aggressive with her, or you just survive in lane, or you go like very high armor heroes, so like your Terror Blades, your Naga Sirens. And
your illusion heroes that love playing into Beast too.
Yeah, like PL.
Yeah. I mean, we did see a PL earlier today.
We'll not talk about that. We'll not talk about
that.
It never happened. I'm sorry.
That was PL. LGD with PL is, they're doing fine.
There you go. Yeah, but we're just, that 12-minute like fever dream that was PL in it, that was a shared hallucination between everyone.
There was something in the water. Yeah, something in the water here. I mean, we're now.
Seb literally tweeted after the game, we woke up, so, it was,
there you
literally
go.
was. Woke up.
There you go. It's like an Alice in Wonderland thing. Like Seb has been dreaming about this whole thing this whole time, and here we are. But
I do think. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say we just saw the Bloodseeker band. You all talked about that earlier today with the RTZ, like high impact, like ready to fight hero, and that's now out of the table.
It's really smart drafting from Na'Vi, leaving Nature's Prophet in the pool here.
Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that to come through.
I know, I was trying to put I was putting my best Purge voice there. I was like...
It's okay, Artur, I believe in you.
It's going to happen.
It will work eventually.
It will.
I think EG's on the bounce back. I think they're a team that can go far in this tournament. Like, memes aside, like I think day one, they obviously copped a lot of flack and it was a terrible start for them, but I think EG, with Fly back on the team, they're easily a stable enough team to get a top 4, top 6 result here.
Yeah, it's the same old EG. Day 1, terrible. Day 2, pretty good. Day 3, like, imagine if they take the 2-0 here. It's all going to be EG City from here on, get to the playoffs, and then we can bring that EG crowd to root for them. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Speaking of, I'm sorry to derail the draft analysis, but did you see that Sonics beat LGD in Game 1? Like, how hype is that?
Now we're trying to figure out what's going on in Game number 2, but that is huge because we asked that question yesterday. Is there a team that can take them down? And
no one thought it would be Sonics. Like, oh my god.
Nope, we did not. But we see the Chen picked up by Na'Vi. Now, is that like? I mean, it's obviously a good pick for them, but does that also feel like a block pick, perhaps, for EG, knowing that like it's something that Fly loves to play?
It could be for sure. It also fills the Ench role of like being able to take the boar if needed and just pressure Beastmaster in lane.
Yeah, block pick, comfort pick, and good against Beastmaster. It like ticks all the different boxes. I think the one thing with their draft, Chen Skyreth support duo, no stuns, no catch. You've got Void Spirit, but it's never fun for your mid laner to be like, oh, I'm the only catch and playmaker. Right. You jump. Where's the follow up? It kind of forces them into picking like probably an off laner that has some team fights, some follow up, like the Mars type heroes themselves. So it does mean that we're going to have to see Lace playing a very specific kind of hero to me.
That's true. What I do love from Navi's lineup so far though, and I've seen the Void Sky a lot, is it is so easy to kill someone, even on mid, because Void has obviously 2 jumps on his Astral Step, so you jump in, pull with the Remnant, the Sky ults on top, it kills whoever you find, and you're playing against a Puck, he will die.
Yeah.
And then you can Astral Step back out. So it's so easy for you to pressure mid and force like TPs, rotations, and then move somewhere else on the map to go pressure elsewhere. That type of like quick movement is a big strength of the heroes that they have. They also could play side lanes too if they want and just look for that, because the way Beastmaster plays as a hero is he wants to take control of one part of his map. He goes to his off lane, he tries to take the safe lane tower, and he'll play in the enemy's jungle, ideally. So you always know where he's going to be. It's easy for Na'Vi to coordinate a smoke gank to go pick him off and reclaim that area if they want.
So we see EG here locking in the Snapfire with the Warlock. So their lineup so far, on top of like the Beastmaster, a lot of heavy team fights. We're expecting a lot of ultimates coming into play. And as you're seeing like the Snapfire, she is hot right now. But is there a bit of a concern as far as EG has very specific timings as far as when they want to fight? All the ultimates have to be up, or is that not going to be too big of an issue depending on perhaps what they end up with the last pick?
I think it's okay. Both Puck and Beastmaster are pretty low cooldown, and Beastmaster, when he doesn't have ultimate, he's pressuring lanes and creating kill opportunities by pressuring and basically splitting up the opponents, because like someone's going to go address the Beastmaster push, and then suddenly you've got the vision from the Hawk, so your puck can find somebody. I think EG draft honestly looks really solid here.
Yeah. Does it still feel solid with that CK lock-in from the side of Na'Vi?
The CK is nice. We saw this idea. I mean, Tundra obviously are one of the teams that play CK the most because Skitter loves it so much. They can fight back with this. Basically, they don't want to be bullied by Snapfire, who's like a strong laner with the Beastmaster. That being said, if they bring a lot, like Puck down there a lot, they can just kill him. They can pressure really hard. I think taking the tower won't be like an impossible task for them.
Yeah. This is definitely a game where I feel like both mid lanes are going to be trying to match each other.
Yeah, true.
Puck goes somewhere and Void's where it's like, okay, I got to follow. Or my,
Right.
like, if you don't follow the puck around the map, your teammates are going to get screwed because you have no way to, like, save people from these puck rotations. So,
Yeah.
It's kind of going to be, I think the key matchup to look at is going to be that no one versus Abed.
Yeah, and adding on to that, for Na'Vi, they haven't showed their offlane yet, and that's going to be a really huge thing because when you're playing against Puck, you want your Skyroth to rotate. You want to, like, the runes, they're so important when they're trying to match each other. So you'll want to see skirmishing there. Na'Vi needs to have an offlane that can be left alone.
Right.
EG, who has last pick? Na'Vi have last pick, so even better. They're going to see the carry, they're going to get the nice lane matchup.
This is the tricky spot to be, and this is what happened, last series, sorry to bring it back up,
All
but
good.
it was like, you pick your carry blind, things can go pretty south, and that's what happened 2 games in a row
Right.
for Anna, where he's like, I don't know what Amar's playing, but like if you pick that hero blind, like you're kind of open to some of those kind of picks. I think that's where some of these kind of safer carries like Bloodseeker have really become popular, but they're getting banned a ton. No one wants to give away a Bloodseeker to a team in EG's position because it's like, well, nothing really counters a Bloodseeker.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah, you want to force. Basically, you're trying to force your opponents to pick these carries that are situationally good, but not good when you're picking them blind.
Right.
Yeah. Like for EG now, I just want a carry that utilizes what EG is offering. They have the aura with Beastmaster. They have minus armor from Snapfire. They need something that can take Roche. They have tower taking, but like just something to complete their draft and kind of go with it. The Warlock is going to be a little useless until level 6, but at least like Puck, Beast, and Snapfire are going to be able to skirmish quite early. When we saw EG do really well earlier, it was with a carry that could get involved pretty fast. Potentially they could do something like that again.
And they've got the Warlock, so they've got, like, the lane is at least somewhat secured.
Yeah.
Like, you can just passively farm it with Warlock heals. There may be a kill lane coming your way. I guess you just don't know. Skywrath +1 is going to be scary regardless.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like what I want. Oh, they're going to pick Lone Druid. That's great.
Yeah.
That's going to get involved. It's going to help you take objectives. Yeah, that's a really great pick. I love that. And it's really good against these like mobility mids too, or like Void Spirit.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at Navi's draft, I was really sad because I figured, Lycan would be really good, but it's now banned out. So we're still looking for a hero for Lays, and I'm curious. Perhaps like I now with the Lone Druid pick, I don't know if I feel so confident like asking, but he has played like the Necrophos in the past.
Okay. Yeah, I almost like don't think they want Lycan. Like, they need some way to defend these towers.
Yeah.
Like, where's your wave clear, like, right now? Like, they need, like, that Underlord, Tidehunter type hero. Like, you see Lone Druid Beastmaster on this side with, like, a Warlock and a playmaking Puck. Like, I'm worried for...
There it is.
Tide has been coming up this time.
Yeah.
It's won a few games today. Just,
Yeah.
Boom won with it early today, as well as LGD.
LGD?
Yeah, they played against Lone Druid, this exact matchup. So, I like the pick, but still it's, there's a lot of pressure on this Tide to be like the only hero that defends towers. It's not the most mobile hero. It's not really a playmaker. So I think it's still a pretty difficult game for Na'Vi to play.
I think what I do like about it though a lot is Lone Druid, he heals so much from the bear hitting. The Ravage, it is like a lot of AoE control, which is going to stop the bear from hitting, stop him from lifestealing, so maybe you can just burst him down with like the Skyl.
Well, there you go. So if you both feel very confident that EG is the bet here, do you agree? Yay, nay?
I'm with EG for these drafts. I think the push just hasn't been answered well enough by Tidehunter, and like I think no one's like, okay, I can be this big playmaking Void, and now he's got a Tidehunter behind him who isn't going to really follow him up that well. So I think it's a much tougher game for Na'Vi to play their draft.
Yeah, I like EG. I like both teams. I think both teams have potential to outplay each other, but yeah, EG baby, let's go!
Let's go! All right, well, there you got it. The panel has spoken. They are EG all the way. Gareth and Lacoste, do you agree? Let us know. Take it away.
Well, the last pick, Lone Druid, led to success against Team Spirit. So, yeah, I mean, EG got a solid chance, but the hot pick here, I think, is Chen in the hands of Solo.
I thought you were going to say Tidehunter. Yeah, definitely. Chen, almost 80% win rate, 14 games in this tournament. This hero is on fire. What he provides once he hits that level 6, where he has Mech, Hand of God, to be able to just mitigate the damage, and what he provides in a team fight. We also saw, I think you brought it up 1 or 2 times already, and we were casting that game where Fly did have Aghanim Scepter, like Holy Locket, Mech. So Chen in the late game is super... Heal. Yeah, the burst heal, and also having that strong dispel. We're talking about like super late game, but in this matchup, I like what EG's got. They have a very strong team fight. We're gonna group around, and ways to amplify damage coming out from the Bear. I don't think Bear's gonna be contested in the lane at all. There's some kill threat from Tidehunter and Skyrot Mage, but I don't think it's doable on Bear. Like, it might be Warlock, who's out of position, that could potentially die with the double slow from Gush and Ancient, and the concussive shot.
Well, Na'Vi, they come straight in, but that orb over the top of Na'Vi, and the Fatal Bonds of the V-Tune and the Sweden Strong means Chaos Knight completely out of position now. He's going to have some axes chucked at him. He'll walk to tier 3 and
that's not his base,
allow himself to die. It's absolutely not. That is the enemy base. Nothing for him there apart from death, doom, and destruction. I think it's very, very similar. Oh, is there another one? Swedish Strong. Oh, yeah, he's still being chased by the Bear. Oh, it's easy. Trying to catch up to him. 325 move speed on the Sky. The Bear has 340 though. 340 is more than 325, and he's got Entangling Claws.
Last game
couple of kills.
played, they were dire, and they forgot. They forgot that they're actually playing Radiant right now. So swap the position, all good. They reset, time to go.
The OG series happened so quickly, they got lost in time.
Yeah.
Trapped in a Vorpal tunnel. Not quite sure what's going on. But yeah, EG, very similar story against Team Spirit, where they had overwhelming team fight with, of course, that tower push and objective taken from the Lone Druid. And I'll look towards the same kind of story here up against Na'Vi. Solo with his Chen down bottom, pairing up with V-Tune. Yeah, we're going to have him take the Holy Persuasion level 1. What's the reasoning here? We've seen some players go for Penitence, even like Divine Favor level 1. Why is Solo choosing to go for Persuasion first?
Just in case there is Boar coming out from the Beastmaster, but Nightfall, he knows, probably gonna skip it and go for Aura instead.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna come back and try and de-ward his small camp as well, already blocked up. Solo will regain access to his pull camp. And in the mid lane, no one on the Void Spirit up against Abed Puck. Absolutely comfort, signature pick here for Abed, and has been popping off when he's given this Fairy Dragon. But I think no one has maybe been a little bit of a surprise coming back into high-level Tier 1 play as well. It's been a while since Na'Vi have been at LAN. It's been a long while since Na'Vi have played against EG in a LAN as well, hasn't it?
It's been almost 3 full years since these two organizations met at LAN.
Yeah, and no one been popping off. Doing exceptionally well from this mid lane, getting some sick outplays.
No one's so good, he got the Reddit thread. Like, oh man, this professional e-gamer, he's really good at the video game.
Shout out to no one. Oh, he's definitely deserved it. V-Tune currently 4-0. Beastmaster at 9-1. Nightfall getting the upper hand in that bottom lane quite convincingly. It's just the fact that Solo's Chen not really able to do too much. Am I having deja vu? He's already de-warded this small camp. Has Crit been a naughty boy and sentried it up again?
I think he did. So Chen needs the... Okay, this sentry is out of range, but needs to wait another 40 seconds to get a creep. So doesn't have anything. Nightfall, as we expected, going for the Inner Beast instead.
Yeah, good adaptation there. Yeah, triple branch, magic wand fully done, and then into that Helm of the Dominator. So he's got plenty of stats and regen to keep himself going in this lane. Crit just going to chuck the Scatter Blast at them. Launch a few pellets towards Solo and V-Tune. And what about that top lane, hey? Lone Druid with the Warlock up against the Sky and a Tide. What do we expect to see up here?
Now, Lone Druid is going to have a free farm, but Tidehunter will also be able to punch back, going for Morbid Mask next. Does have 1-1-1 build, just in case Gush needs to be used. Maybe on Warlock, but Warlock already has 8 stick charges, so I don't think he's going to be dying, especially if Arteezy decides to back him up. Also want to point out the build on Arteezy.
Oh yeah.
Same thing that Yoragi did, having those slippers and also starting with the Blightstone. Roar, sends him back to base. Closer, they want that 300, and he gets denied.
Denies it, yeah. Shadow Word helped keep it alive just a little bit longer, and the turn onto Sweden strong. He is bonded to a couple of melee creeps, but he should be all right, especially under tower with that regen and a fairy fire in his back pocket. The Sky will have to bring a little bit more out with the Salve and Tangos coming. Down bottom, looks like Solo trying to pull across. Dire ranged creepers has decided to follow him.
Crit doing it one more time, blocking it with a sentry. Even if Solo tries to devord it, Crit will body block it and will kill his sentry before with the body block.
Well, look at him go. Well, Solo, level 2 Holy Persuasion. He's only used it once now, getting a Mud Golem to come and play in the lane. And Crit, yeah, doing an exceptional job. That's got to tilt you a bit, right? Getting under the skin of Solo here.
Yeah, you are shutting down Chen at the early stages when the hero is really strong. Speaking of strong, Sweden strong, using Healing Salve on himself, coming back to this top lane. Arteezy did resummon the bear.
Savage Roar and the Fatal Bonds. Push the Tidehunter away. He's got Shadow Word on him as well. 90 HP and dropping, but he's under that tower protection. So he should be far enough away from Death's Door. And he's got a Morbid Mask to help sustain a little bit as well. But Artur there with some good denies. Solo looking for a courier snipe, but won't get it. Gonna micro his little creeps back away from the Snap and the Beastmaster.
Even though it's 2-0, we still haven't seen a kill in the laning stage, because both offlaners are super tanky. One has Helm of Iron Will, the other one has a built-in damage reduction with the Kraken Shell, has that Morbid Mask, so pretty hard to take them down. And on the mid lane, both mid laners just full HP, full mana almost.
Well, the boar's now leveled up by Nightfall. Lay's going to try and get himself up to that safety of the high ground. Walking up steps into darkness is not something that Fly and Arteezy really want to do. Crit. He cookies Nightfall, which allows a Snapfire to get away from V-Tune. Nice little safety maneuver from the Snap there. And Chaos Knight starting to catch up in the CS, but we still have 3 out of the top 4 Dire heroes doing exceptionally well compared to their counterparts.
Yeah, if it's show network, can we please show network? It's 3 heroes from EG on top.
You love that, don't you? You'll just never give it up. Fly gives up his own life. No one in Sweden strong. Pick off the Warlock and his courier while also scouting out some of the stacks with a deep observer ward also being placed a little earlier on.
And good rotation. Potentially Tidehunter could clear those stacks. Maybe not right now, because he's going inside the enemy jungle. Coil snaps on bottom.
Yeah, Abed makes his first rotation onto the Chaos Knight. He's popped his wand. Still has that help with the regen going. V-Tune under his tower turns the fight, but there are too many members of EG down here. They've got a catapult wave as well within a beast out of Nightfall. DD rune on Abed.
Aura, but it adds up. This is going to be a lot of damage on the tower. CK pinging it out, using the glyph already.
Yeah, now we see picture-in-picture of Lays taking away some of those Dire stacks. The Dire do glyph the catapult, so they want to keep this push down bottom going.
I would say that he should have gone and cleared these stacks, maybe if there was one more stack, but I don't think it's worth it. You're giving the Lone Druid the free farm completely on the top, which means that he is getting solo XP, and he's level 6.5 right now, Tide level 5.
I can't believe how long they've kept that catapult alive. It's 7 minutes 20. Finally dies. I think the tier 1 bottom lane around half health with that first push coming in from EG. As Arteezy will filter back in towards his own jungle to spot the Tidehunter. Halfway through level 5, so no Ravage yet. And with the arrival of Crit, Cookie the Bear, catch out Lays and take him down, while Abed being hunted by no one. Silent stop with the Ancient Seal, but he's got the Orb and the backup of Fly here to give him the heal.
Well, we see different itemization, because this matchup is really popular during this major. Void Spirit against Puck. A lot of players do think that... Oh, it's going to be Arcane Rune.
Nice.
A lot of players do think that Void Spirit is a better laner than Puck, but we see different itemization. Witchblade, Yule Scepter. I'm a big fan of the Yule Scepter because you are able to snap the coil and still not get stunned if you're skilled enough. Buy some time during the Dream Coil, remove the silence, and most of the time you do live because of it.
And you've also got the maybe slight shift for the Puck as well against the Void Spirit. We've seen a lot of Witchblade rushes, but Arbed here opting to go for the treads, the wand, have that extra stats, and maybe a little bit more tankiness when no one is making the jump on him. So lots of adaptations coming out of these mid lanes. Arbed dodges the penitence. Yeah, it's a projectile apparently. Oops. Nice little play. No one going to steal out the small stack. Clears the camp with ease. Evil Genius is going to be feeling pretty comfortable the way things are going though, especially
is available.
If they can find Vtune down here. Did get his armlet delivered in, but with a roar and a coil, he won't last long. Gets the Phantasm out, one illusion comes. Flying dive mid lane as well, but the key objective here is Vtune with his armlet toggle still finished off. The Scatterblast and the axes while Fly dies. Good move from no one. Arteezy also getting involved.
Gonna clean up.
Clearing out.
No way Chen lives here. It doesn't have boots. The Lone Druid, or the Spirit Bear with phase boots is going to be able to chase him down. Oh!
Why is he so slow?
Ice armor slow.
Oh, Bounty Rune. Yes, come on, Solo. One of the oldest players on the field right now, but still able to hurricane himself down to low ground. Beautiful stuff.
I did not expect that one. I definitely did not expect it.
He's 29 years old, but he's still got moves like Azuma. Beautiful.
That's like every single time there is some kind of a hurricane play, I do start behaving like a child. I don't know why, because it's a new ability. I'm like, well, this is a useless creep, doesn't have anything.
Nah, it's got displacement ability. One of the greatest tools in Dota 2. Mid lane push from EG. You don't want to go down bottom. Collapsing onto mid with Arteezy instead. And a coil on no one. Oh, he's out of position here. The Ancient Seal silences the Puck with Illusion Rune, and that Golem dropped. Means Fly helps Nightfall claim the life of no one's Void Spirit.
Good rotation. They did manage to take down the tower. And look at this army. Illusions, Bear, a Warlock Golem. It looks like they have 8-9 heroes right now.
It's a horde. A swarm of EG units coming down towards bottom. Nicely timed here with the catapult.
This is the problem. Like, Navi doesn't have a hero that can defend the tower when EG groups as 5.
Well, they see Tide.
Well, he's not going to ravage here. There's no way, because he is...
Hello?
The rest of the team is not there. Good moves from EG. Being able to just... they might continue, and they might see what happens. This is something that Panel mentioned, that they need someone to park in front of the tower. Like, Tidehunter is that hero, but if he doesn't use Ravage, or if Ravage is on cooldown, they're going to have a big issue.
Yeah, with no backup coming his way. Very difficult for him to play that way. And what's he going to... He went for the Vlads, didn't he, on the Tide, so he doesn't have the hood or anything to try and mitigate magic damage from the Puck or the Warlock.
You know what I was always wondering? Why does Vtune have V in his name? Could have just been called Tune, right? While he's playing for Navi. And it would be Navi Tune if he wanted to be called like that.
As always, you are just a pillar of knowledge. You are... Oh, man, that is something I've never thought of.
I always focus on these important things.
Well, that's something I'm not going to be able to unnotice. Navi Tune.
And now back to the game we go.
No, we should get in touch with the Navi management about that. He's just basically become self-sponsored. Ingrain himself in the squad. Part of the brand. Arbed gets off the Invis Rune to get away from no one. Some good deep vision there from EG down south. So Fly is able to stick around. Maybe look for an opportunity. Especially with the Beastmaster just sat behind him. Radiant does see him though. And another bit of vision into the mid lane as well from Solo. They know pretty much exactly where EG is standing right now. Nothing too much they can do to stop them from what they're doing though, which is getting this Arteezy Bear incredibly farmed. 6,200 net worth. The triple slipper's still there in his inventory.
Arteezy will finish Desolator in next 2 minutes. So this is when Roshan's gonna open up. They have vision. Rock is gonna be available one more time, and the one pickoff into Roshan seems like a really good idea, especially if they can like try to force potentially a fight where they trade, Ravage is used, then they have clear entrance to Roshan.
Yeah, it feels like they're slowing it down a little bit just to give Abed some catch-up time. His net worth has definitely suffered with all these rotations, movements, and the planting of themselves in that bottom jungle. Just under 5k net worth, and needs to finish off the Witchblade. And see there, the GPM compared to the other cores, definitely struggling. A mild 1k lead for EG. Moving into the bottom jungle again though, and this Hawk, yes, it's scouted by the sentry from Solo. And if they can clear out the Chen army, nice bit of bonus gold and experience, and also slows the Chen's progression down.
Yeah, because Chen doesn't have boots of speed, needs to move between the camps. If camps are farmed, then he does not have any creeps to get. Vtune continues to farm up, wants to get that classic Bell on CK, Armlet into Echo Saber, disassemble it, get the BKB, and yeah, be ready to fight.
He does have the TP ready, so he might be required to come down here in a second. EG posturing, playing forward. No real objective for them to claim other than just an area of the map. There's no tier 1 to take, so this is really about sucking out all of the farm from Na'Vi and maybe catching a kill onto Lay's Tide. The Roar gets popped off by the Kraken and gets the Ravage out in time. Arbed jumps away from the Mystic Flare, and Solo hunted down by Arbed and the Golem. Cookied forward, but unable to really track back far enough to catch the Chen. Another orb maybe allows Arbed to jump on in while Vtune comes forward. Armlet on for these fatal bonds. Incredibly annoying for Na'Vi, taking out Solo's Chen, and EG just keep on going.
This is exactly the fight that the EG wanted, where they go in, they force a bad Ravage from Tidehunter. It comes down to crit using Mortimer's Kisses, Cookie on a mid lane, and they did clear a lot of these Chen creeps. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Arteezy did deal some damage to the tier 3 tower. That's some 500 damage.
Yeah, some serious damage. 15 minutes in. And no one trying to just hold out on the mid lane, getting poked at by Arbed non-stop. And with the Witchblade arriving in a matter of seconds, Arbed's power increases tenfold.
EG is gonna head sick timing. Helm of the Overlord about to be done in 300 gold. Deso already done on Arteezy, just needs to use the Courier and also Puck. Witchblade is done inside the Roche Pit. Probably they're gonna go because they have enough damage. Oh, Coil!
Coil!
He does have a Yule Scepter.
He does indeed. Ether Remnant dragging Arbed back. The Yule Scepter there, and he's got to simulate steps to get away. So no one's gonna jump to disengage. Lays still with no Ravage, and they've been Savage roared back with fatal bombs on a few of them. Solo puts himself in harm's way. Wards are the only things dying just now, but Crit finally found by no one in Sweden Strong. The Bear dropping quickly, but the Shadow Word heal not enough to save him. Picked off by the CK, but the Roar holds Vtune back as EG turn to continue fighting. They're still ready to go, not relying on too many of these big cooldowns. They can find the Chaos Knight with the Entangling Claws. Oh, just a bit more damage. No one jumps in. He tries to hold them back, and it looks like he might have succeeded.
Sweden Strong might be in trouble. Arteezy did pick up double damage on his hero instead of the Spirit Bear, but still big W for them. Like just being able to get the Na'Vi out of their comfort zone, and Roshan, maybe they're thinking, do we need to go? If they're keeping an eye on Ravage, that means that it's gonna be back online in 10 seconds.
Arteezy very bold here.
Good kisses.
He's got the artillery fire to come in from Crit. He sets it up, gives him the coordinates for it. Landed beautifully in by the snap. Now the Ancient Seal though, starting him up. Trapped in place. No one gets the kill, but Crit and the gang arriving on the scene of the crime. Arbed picks up a dominating streak and looks towards Lays. No, they shift towards no one instead. The Yule Scepter gonna get him away from the coil, but he's stunned up by the Scatter Blast of Crit. This early shard pickup working wonders.
EG is so quick with responding. I think personally, Snapfire ultis have been on point this game. Using it 2 times on a Tidehunter and also playing with Arteezy right now, getting a kill on CK. Also forcing Tidehunter to either use a bad Ravage or maybe he gets 1 kill out of it, and they cannot allow to do that. This is their team fight ulti. If it's down, EG takes Roche.
Yeah, for sure. mean, Arteezy playing the recon there, giving the vision for Crit to launch the lava in towards Na'Vi. It was a decent response from Na'Vi. And they come in, they kill Artur, but look at how many heroes just immediately swarm towards them, cut their line in half. They find the backstab to force Lays back, and then the catch onto the Void Spirit with a Roar and a Cookie. They also get Sweden strong. The Dragon, the smoke, hiding the Scareth Mage, very nicely played. Lone Druid wants to move in with his bear, but it's a little out of range. Dragged back in with the Reality Rift, and Lay is going to try to anchor smash and gush it down. No one. Straight into the middle with a big Ravage, but the Golem holds him in place. Crit will fall first. Arteezy on the run back as Arbed trying to bring down no one's Void Spirit with his coil up on him. He is leashed and trapped. A great kill from Arbed.
He's ready to clean up.
Into more Nightfall Gush, but V-Tune, he's battling back. Giving it into our bed. He's Ancient Seal Silence, but he's still able to push so many more spells. Na'Vi can't contend with this puck.
And kisses one more time on Lace. And now it's time to go inside a bit. They do have the damage. They do have a sustain from Warlock. Both supports already having their shards, so that means that their teamfight contribution is going to be pretty big. An extra way of control, an extra way of healing. Beastmaster provides ton with this Helm of the Overlord, because the only one who can kill it is CK if he has Phantasm. And in the middle of a fight, he does not want to go for it. Like, there are better targets to lock onto.
Yeah, really desperately wants to get this Arbed puck, even with the Ancient Seal. Yeah, he's got Sanj, he'll have Kai Sanj soon. Status resistance will help him out tremendously, and now holding Aegis on Arbed means he'll have even more freedom to dive into those back lines and look for the squishy targets. A bit of wave cutting from no one. Dire scanning. I'll see him now, showing on the wave itself. I don't think they can catch up to him though. Very elusive on these Spirit heroes, while Solo goes for a solo push down in the bottom lane. We'll be able to grab a tier 1 tower with no response from EG. Just let him have it. We instead have Aegis. Have control of your triangle. Have a tier 2 to take. Maybe even a bit of a poke towards high ground with this bear, the dragon.
It's
the
time
auras.
to go. They're ready. If you click on the heroes, they have way too many auras. Drums is available. They already pop it. Healing on every single summon that they have. But there's those 6 stacks already online. No Ravage for 25.
Oh, yeah, it's great timing then, isn't it? On to that tier 3. Artur does a good chunk of damage.
Chen finally has shards, so that means he can take over the ancient creeps that the Beastmaster will be controlling.
No one, still cutting waves as well. Halting the push from EG. Trying to wait out this Aegis on the puck.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Solo with Sweden Strong, the actual hero down there, just get a good push bottom. Looks like EG still comfortable to plant themselves in the triangle. Move from tier 2 to tier 2. And the bear munches away at buildings very quickly.
All tier 2 towers gone, 21 minutes.
Yeah, munching on concrete. Not very nutritious. Yeah, it does help EG win the game though. Lays, yeah, blinks away. Doesn't want to get
on Lays, huh?
They'll try to.
That sounds tastier.
Nice barbecue flavor.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Hunting bounties.
Abed might be able to find Sweden Strong.
He gets the coil on him. Ancient Seal came out very quickly. Well, look at EG. 2 heroes straight down to bottom, beelining towards the Scareth Mage. Scatterblast and the Cookie miss. Zoning tools from Crit, though, to allow Abed to get the kill.
No one is buying a lot of time, as you said, being able to cut the waves, trying to farm that Aghanim Scepter. And Abed got to tilt a little bit to see what it says. Abed playing Dota 3 right now.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah, zoom in on him. Get into the virtual reality immersion into Dota 2. Oh, yeah, there we go. 7 kills, 7 kill streak. 2,000 gold from hero kills. Having a superb game with 0 deaths.
They're trying to tilt the puck, but Abed so far having a perfect game. 7-0 and 8. I like his item build. He decided to go for Sanj before he picked up the Blink Dagger, which is really like those stuns and mostly silence from Skyrim Mage. This, like, he does not want the silence to last full duration.
Next, he wants Kaya Sanj. He doesn't want Yules or BKB or any of these boring items. He wants the Kaya Sanj to make himself more powerful. Oh, more wave cutting from Na'Vi. They are behind. 6k net worth, 14 kills at 23 minutes, and their base, well, it's in a little bit of trouble. The bear is up on the high ground, mounting the ramparts, trying to break down the castle. Usually, fortifications are, you know, impregnable, untouchable, and maybe with lasers jump in, they can do just that. Focusing the bear, Lone Druid dropping quick, the golem in, and the kiss is landing. They get Artur though, the bear is down, but the return in from EG takes down no one's Void Spirit, and Lays will follow quickly after. Abed, he's the true carry of this game. The two-man coil on CK and Chen, following through with a scatter blast hit from Crit.
Coil.
Wonderful from EG, diving deep towards Fountain. Lays has bought back, but for what? He's got no Ravage.
No Ravage. Does have a right back, which did have a lot of impact in the previous one, but yeah, he just, I don't think he's gonna die here, but they will be able to clear the barracks. They decided to go on Arteezy, who did have a true form already, so it took them a lot of time. Every single time there is no Ravage, EG just goes around the map and do whatever they want.
Who needs the bear? You've got the golem, you've got this ice shaman that we were making fun of earlier this morning. He's got
the best looking creep. Look at that beauty.
Beautiful face with a wonderful underbite and a massive staff. A takedown. A bottom lane of barracks, mid-tier 3 gone. Look at that. Gorgeous beast he is.
One of the reasons why Solo decided to steal it.
It's mine now. Well, it does buildings damage with his ice bomb, doesn't it?
Absolutely, 100 damage.
25% of 50 over 8.
On 30-second cooldown. So if you want to kill a building that is called just a building, you need the
10 minutes?
10 minutes, pretty much.
Oh, this might be juicy for Na'Vi, but they miss the Ether Remnant, and Arteezy turns straight onto the sky. Couple of swipes of the bear's claws. Short work made of
Arteezy, 3 raid bans, 25 minutes into the game. Does have Raindrop and the Casual Cloak, making him super tanky.
Incredibly so. What have we got now? The Ancient Granite Golem for Nightfall, so bonus HP for EG's push.
I was looking at Lone Druid's armor, and considering how high it is, I thought that was his move speed. Oh, look at that. It's like 14 plus 30, and he's not even in true form.
That's insane. He's in true form now. He's got plenty of armor. A backup of his squad is here. All 3 lanes
look at that
pushing
physical
in.
resistance. Quick, quick.
What's that?
That's very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Unkillable.
That's a funny number. No one thought that was hilarious as well.
He's cracking himself up, but EG, if they want to play it safe, they should wait for next Roshan to respawn, or maybe try to paint another Rabbit. Like, one way to come back to just close out the game is if you have buybacks on like 2 supports that could potentially die, you buy back, force a Ravage, and close it out.
Yeah, put Lays into an awkward spot. Right now, he is the be-all and end-all of their team fight for Na'Vi. But this map is getting incredibly small. The long line of wards from northwest down to southeast from EG here sees everything. They've got a wave in the bottom lane inside the Radiant base. There's nowhere that Na'Vi can hide. Nightfall even killing off one of the obs wards of Na'Vi, so their vision right now is just creep waves and heroes. They see nothing whatsoever while we kind of wait for the next Roshan. It seems EG don't want to go making any rash decisions. 40 seconds until fast spawn for the next Rosh to come up.
No need to rush things. They could potentially, like, look what they're doing. Arteezy, I didn't mean feeding with the bear, but they might still back him up.
It looks like he's all right. Smoked up Lay's Tide will give him the gush. And a stolen Granite Golem. Oh, Arteezy gets the cookie from Crit onto the bear.
Yeah, I heard bears do like honey, but not sure about the cookies. Crit was pinging it out that he's going to use a cookie, but bear was too quick, turned around.
And Na'Vi, well, trying to use this as quickly as they can. V2 with the BKB, but the Golem from Fly and the roar onto CK. Ravage is there, and it does catch a couple of heroes, but Arteezy's so tanky, he doesn't give a damn, just turns and fights. Sweet and Strong and Solo running for the tree line. Stun onto Arbed. B2 focused, CK down, and no buyback on him. This is the signal of the end as Na'Vi crumble and they call GG.
I mean, what a performance from EG. Very clean, I would say. Arbed one more time on puck. During the previous DPC tours, during the Stockholm Major, we saw Storm Spirit multiple times, but we saw puck also popping off so far in this tournament, and Arteezy Laundry, this seems to be the working formula for them.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Again, with the team fight backing they've got, the pushing power from Arteezy, and it didn't fully rely on him. It worked out beautifully, but I think you're right. With Arbed on one of these puck, elusive, team fight catching heroes, it makes it work.
They every single time they were just playing around the Ravage. EG moved around the map so quickly. Mid lane was going well. Bottom lane not really contested. Crit very annoying.
Yes.
Did block that small camp and the big camp multiple times in a row. Whether we're talking about body blocking or the sentry wards, and made bottom lane also very difficult. And Nightfall, like his hawk control was on point, always providing vision where they are. Some good Mortimer's kisses that did pick up a couple of kills, forcing Tidehunter to use bad Ravages or not use it at all. Pretty
good stuff.
Good stuff from EG, definitely.
Yeah, EG on the up and up. We'll see how things fare, and we'll see what the panel thought about their victory here against Na'Vi.
Thank you so much, you two. That was a very nice, almost perfect game on the side of EG. Perfect game, in fact, I would say, for Arbed on that puck, as there's a flying pig in front of me here. But don't be distracted by that perfect game on the puck, because we actually have a very different MVP that at least you and I don't know where God stands on this.
Do you agree, God?
Do you agree?
Say yes.
I don't know what we're talking about.
It was crit, baby. The Snapfire, the kisses. Oh, they were so good. The early shard. His Snapfire was out of control this game, man. I was super happy with it. It posed like so many different problems for Na'Vi. I felt it was stuff like just very easily this Tidehunter. He wants to Ravage when he's getting gone on, right? But the problem is when he gets gone on by like a puck coil and this puck is on him, puck can read the Ravage animation, so he can potentially phase shift it. And then like the source of damage that's actually killing you is 10 miles away, so you can't even like stop that with your Ravage. So he feels so pressured, and like killing him is so easy for them. They did a really good job abusing that all game.
Yeah, it was very zoning, I felt like, just because they could not go in when that was being dropped from above, and it has been a very big concern on the side of Na'Vi.
I've got a different MVP.
Oh, okay.
Oh, whoa, okay.
Sorry. Maybe more of a meme MVP, but Bulba.
Ah!
The draft. I think this was a really well put together draft by EG. Turns out first picking puck is a pretty good way to build a draft. And not picking Nature's Prophet.
I think Nature's Prophet could have won this game, actually.
True, actually. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I honestly think their draft with the Nature's Prophet would work fine here. It's definitely not unplayable here.
I did really like the Lone Druid, though,
Yeah.
because when he did get the ult off in fights, he was so goddamn tanky. Like, the ability to live through a CK initiation is, like, massive in this game, and the Ravage is. So.
Well, Na'Vi got to a point where it felt like they kind of had damage and playmaking issues in some way, even with, like, a Skywrath. Like, the Skywrath Chen, like, outside of the lane stage, felt like they didn't have a really good place in the game, at least not to me. And then you've got this Tidehunter, so it almost like I just saw this read this game from like no one's perspective. He's playing this mid Void Spirit, he comes online, and it felt like he has to be reactionary to the puck rather than proactive setting up plays for his team. Like he doesn't have anyone to set up moves for or to play around, and I feel like that was a bit of an issue for just Navi's game in general. I feel like when we've seen him really shine on these Spirit Heroes, on these pucks, has been when they've got a more aggressive offlaner as well as support you.
Right. I mean, you hit that on the head, right? And Sheep, you definitely brought that up too, is there was a bit of a concern with the Na'Vi playstyle this match compared to the super aggro situation, pointing out that 1-7 CK feels bad, man.
They did not engage their heroes into making plays on Na'Vi, it felt like. Like, they had a real passive problem. I thought their laning was, like, going fine and good, and then you just have, like... I talked about the Void Spirit Skywrath combo, but when Sky hit 6, I didn't see them making proper plays. I thought they set themselves up well for plays, because when CK did get ganked bot, they moved him to top lane, they'd taken the tower, they'd done that part well. They left a ward in their jungle, which they can then go playmake on. But instead of making these plays, they do nothing. they're putting like they're splitting the map like 1-2-2, just farming and trying to be as greedy as possible, and it's just like not working at all.
Yeah, and I think EG did a really good job punishing it because they've got all these heroes that were great at taking objectives. They're like, okay, you guys are split up. Well, we'll go from this tower to the next, and we'll take pickoffs here and there. It felt like they just kept killing no one. Like, of course, Void Spirit picked it against the Puck because you've got the catch and ways to kill Puck, but it does go both ways. Playing Puck into Void Spirit, like, it's okay. There's a reason people first pick Puck and aren't worried about that matchup. Is like, it's on a counter. Let's put it that way. It's good to have a Void Spirit against the Puck, but it doesn't counter the Puck.
No, and is it you called this out like while we were in the green room watching the game? Is that perhaps maybe they wanted to try to see if this would work out this draft?
Yeah.
Why let that Puck in? And it's still. I don't think we're gonna see a Puck game 2.
I don't either. I think we saw that in the previous series too, where it was like, okay, we'll give EG Abed his Puck game 1 and then game 2. It may change if Navi is first pick. A lot of it always comes down to first pick because Navi themselves will happily just first pick a Puck for no one. But assuming EG a first pick, or let's just say Navi don't want to first pick it, then I feel like they need to ban it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the ban that they would have to give up for it was the Wyvern, which is problematic in its own ways, just because like Fly, I think one of his best hero this tournament so far has been the Wyvern. Like his Wyvern ults are insane, and have like games that they've lost with the Wyvern have still looked pretty good just because he disengages fights so well with it. But you gotta let something through. It's kind of the problem.
Right. I mean, that is definitely a concern that Navi they have to figure out as we go into this break and get ready for game number 2.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Evil geniuses victory.
This town is not big enough for the both of us. You will never get this town.